Okay, so here are some random tips and tricks about how to get your hypnosis practice to be more successful. What I've noticed is you need someone to be really willing to be hypnotized. So if they don't want to be, if they're one of these people, it's like, you can't hypnotize me. But you're right, I can't. But anyway, suggestibility tests. So there's the hand clasp, one that I outlined in my first video, where you tell them to put their fingers apart, clamp their hands tightly, and imagine magnets coming together. And the more they try and pull apart, the harder the magnets pull. They grow twice as strong, blah, blah, blah. Touch. So there's that. Same thing with their hands. They can put their hands like this. Then you take your fingers and you push their hands apart, and you say, the harder I push apart, the harder they pull together, and you notice your hands are magnets, and when they come together, you'll be totally relaxed. Boom. And let's see what else is there. Once you get them very relaxed, you can tell them that their hands are super glue, their fingers are super glue, whatever. You can tell them they can't open their eyes. That one kind of scares people though, so don't try that one usually. You can tell them they've forgotten something, they can't remember the number 7 once you get them deeply in trance. The idea here is you relax them, give them a suggestion like your fingers are glued together, wake them up, but don't say, on the count of 3 you'll be completely out of trance. Just say, now open your eyes. They'll open their eyes, but their mind will still be in trance. And you'll say, you can't pull your fingers apart. Just notice the harder you try and pull them apart, the harder they stick. And say they feel so good stuck together that you just don't want to pull them apart. So essentially, you tell them their fingers feel good together, bad apart. You tell them the harder they try and pull apart, the harder it sticks. That's a double bind. And if you just keep doing these things, eventually the person will become increasingly convinced they're in hypnosis. And this is where you get things like people acting like chickens. Because it starts off with, you can't move your fingers apart. Then it's, you can't move your hands apart. Then it's, you can only speak in Chinese. Then it's, you're a chicken. So all of these things are compliance tests and suggestibility tests, and you take them relaxed, have them open their eyes, give them one of these tests, take them back through a quick relaxation exercise, visualization exercise, give them a slightly more difficult test, and just rinse and repeat. That's concept 1. So that's suggestibility tests / compliance tests. And idea 2 is called fractionation. So fractionation is the idea that if someone's pretty relaxed, they just slowly drop into hypnosis and get deeper and deeper and deeper. Now fractionation is someone's up here, you take them down and relaxed, then you bring them up a little bit, and then you bring them more relaxed. And the idea being, if you relax someone, wake them up, then they go back into it faster the second time. So you can take someone into deep, deep hypnosis in 10 minutes instead of 2 hours. Yeah. And the third idea that I'd like to point out that has been really helpful to me is when someone's deep in hypnosis, you suggest that next time they go in twice as fast and twice as deep. Now the idea of this is if you just suggest it when they're suggestible, it'll work when they're not suggestible. And by doing this and pairing it with fractionation, you can get someone who's never been hypnotized into a complete, deep, relaxed trance where they're capable of making real, lasting change in almost no time. So, hopefully these videos have been of some help to you, and you can use this to change your habits or change your friends' habits in a beneficial way. Alright, take care, YouTubers.